Hello, my name is Zander Bishop, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make cinnamon sugar cookies that are homemade. I really love to make these cookies around the holidays or just anytime me and my family congregate together for a birthday or just a simple gathering. It's a very quick and easy dessert to make, and it's one of my favorite things to snack on as I have a sweet tooth. So what you'll need for your cookies is you need 2 cups of flour, which is self-rising. Using self-rising flour is very easy as you don't have to add in extra ingredients. That is personally what I like to do. And then you need a 1/2 cup of sugar, and then a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, a 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And so first, when you get started, you'll need a bowl. So this is the bowl that I use. It's big enough to where the dough and all the ingredients can stay in without flying. Personally, I don't like using a very small bowl, as when you start to mix, it kind of flies out and flour and powdered sugar gets all over me and I become such a mess. And so this is the bowl that I personally use. So next, you're gonna start your ingredients. So you're gonna take your stick of butter at room temperature. And this is the imperial butter that I use for when I bake. And you need 1/2 cup, which this one whole stick is 1/2 cup for imperial. And so you're gonna put that in. It needs to be room temperatured. So how you tell if it's room temperature is you open it up, and if you stick your finger in, also make sure to wash your hands to make sure your hands are clean and you're baking with clean hands. That's very important. So you stick in your finger, and if it's causing an indentation, that usually means that it is at room temperature and it's ready to use. So you'll stick that in there, and then you'll take your vegetable oil, which is a 1/2 cup, and you'll mix it with an electric hand mixer, or you can use your own spatula or whatever you would like to use to mix things together, a spoon, anything like that. But this is personally what I like to use, as it's easier and a lot more quicker to make cookies this way. And so you're gonna mix that until it's very well mixed together and blended and combined. And usually you do not want to see the butter kind of floating in there. If that's still doing it, you need to mix. And I would make sure that you kind of, as you're mixing, you take your mixer when you're mixing to make sure that you hit the butter so that it starts to soften out and separate, and that'll kind of make it easier for you to make sure that the oil and the butter blend well together, as it's kind of the base of your cookie. And so next you're gonna take you're gonna take your 1/2 cup of sugar, your 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, your 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 1 egg. So you're gonna mix that together first. As these need to combine to kind of start the flavoring of your cookie. And making sure that those are added in first. And those are the very most important part of your cookie. So then next, you're gonna add in your flour. And I would be very careful when you're mixing because it tends to fly all over the place. And so then after that's mixed together, it's gonna be sticky, and that's okay. But so you'll mix that together, and then you need to let the dough chill in the fridge for about 1 hour. And so while you're doing that, you can also prep your pan, which this is the pan that I use. This makes about 20 cookies, so you need a lot of pan space. And then after that, you're gonna line your cookie sheet in parchment paper, you need parchment paper because your cookies will not stick to that, and they'll be able to come up off the pan easily. And make each cookie at about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons in size. And so I would say that's about the size of an egg. So yeah, you'll cook for 9 minutes. Don't overcook. The cookies will bake when you take them out of the oven. And then this is gonna be your finished product. These are the cookies that I made about 2 weeks ago. So that is how you make a homemade cinnamon sugar cookie. Thank you so much.